And we're
Maybe
live.
not.
We're live.
We're live.
We're live.
What's up, people?
What's happening?
What up, dope?
How's everybody doing? This
Uh,
beautiful Saturday morning.
I know, it is awesome. Beautiful weather outside.
It's kind of windy.
coordinated with the hats today.
I'm trying
That's
to
what's
get me
up.
some coffee. I can't find my mug. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
We're live. Narendra.
Everybody have a good weekend so far.
Yeah, dude.
Man.
I went stopped by Lake Merritt yesterday for a minute. The party was crazy.
Yeah, man.
The Juneteenth celebrations. It was insane.
Yeah, man. It was
It was
crazy. I got out there for a little bit and then brought it back home. Juneteenth, man. I haven't seen the lake like that since I was like in high school.
Wow.
I've never
it was
seen it like
cracking.
that. Yeah, it was. I've never seen it like that. It was just the streets were completely shut down around the lake. People are trying to. I mean, people were parking in the middle of the street just because there was no other place to be. It was really funny.
Yeah, I read there were like 50,000 people at the lake yesterday.
I believe that. I believe that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Juneteenth, man. Juneteenth, for all our fans that don't know, Juneteenth is so slavery ended with the Civil War in 1865, but slave masters in certain parts of Texas kept that from their slaves. So for another 2 years, they thought they were still slaves, man, and they just kept working them until like the Union Army reached those parts of Texas. And then they notified them that, slavery had ended. So Juneteenth, it was somewhere around June 19, 1867. And so that's like the Black People's Independence Day. So that's Juneteenth. So it was a big ass party at Lake Merritt yesterday. It's like 50,000 people. Everything was blocked off. I was out there for a minute, man. I'm glad I know the back streets because it was way too much traffic.
Wow.
And yeah, it was lit, man. D Sharp was out there DJing. Davey D was there. It was cool. But I had to. I'm juiced because I finished this summary for a movie that I'm writing yesterday. So I turned that in, and I finished the draft of the screenplay for the pilot for the TV series I'm writing a couple days ago. So I'm feeling free. No stress, no pain in it. And it ain't no shame when you're with me. And you freeze my brain when you speak my name, puts me at ease.
Yeah.
Everything must change, but it never ever feels strange when you're with me. Look, when you're with me, hey, with the overseas in the ocean breeze, when no one's free, you can shake your freedom from the coast of the Congo to the West Indies, to the nation of the Haitians. It's amazing that the eight's still waiting. Break them off a little. Let your beauty shine until the sun rise on a new nation. Steve.
I'll see you.
I need you right here with me, baby. You know that. Yeah.
We should do that live, dude. I love that song, bro. That's
Freedom.
That's a vibe.
I gotta practice it. I don't even know how to play. How's it go?
We always been writing and singing about the same shit, man. We've been consistent.
Right.
That song is like, what is that song? Like 8 years old. It sounds like it could come out today.
What's that?
Oh,
That's the new
sorry,
single.
guys. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get this video happening, but it's.
That's
that's a new song. Yeah.
Nah, dude, that's Rachel being an asshole trying to keep us on track. That's what that is. We're gonna talk about the new fucking song, Rachel. We're gonna talk about it, but goddamn it, we never talked about freedom either.
That's coming. But we should learn that shit and play it.
I know. So I'll be around though. I'll be around is the new song that we're talking about today, and it's a song from fathers to their daughters. The dude that signed us to Interscope, Martin Kierszenbaum, he's the owner of Cherry Tree Music. Dope dude. Just won a Grammy last year, as a matter of fact, producing Shaggy and Sting's album. MK, he's a good dude. We kept in touch over the years, and every now and then we reach out to each other. and he sent me this beat, and he was like, "What do you think about this beat?" And the first time I heard it, you know, I didn't really know what to think. I had all kinds of themes going through my mind, and I had written a couple different verses to it, and none of it was really getting me too excited. And then I was like, you know what? I don't really have time to be trying to figure out what kind of song to write. I have to. I remembered that, you know, you're supposed to write every verse like it might be your last, and that's how that's when you're gonna get the realest shit, because it might be your last, you know. So when I started thinking along those lines, I was like, well, shit, let me write a song to my daughter, you know. And
Rachel, did you up with that though? Didn't you Piper ask you what should we? You said let's write about your daughter. How did that go? That's what I remember. How did that happen?
Well, I think the beat, right? When you got the beat, it was a fairly.
It was like a club beat almost, right?
Yeah, and it had some. It sounds kind of like a toy piano kind of sound to it, and yeah, I think you weren't quite sure like where to go with this, and then once we kind of like talked about it and figured out, you've kind of it's like, oh yeah, this is something my daughter. I could write about my daughter.
I had written like 2 different songs to it, you know. I had like 7 verses to the song, like 2 completely different songs, and I didn't know where to go with it, man. But you know, that's where it ended up, and it went through a bunch of different shit, man. And I sent it back to Martin, and Martin was like, "This song is a fucking hit." He said, but he didn't think that the music that he had created to it was the same frequency, and he wanted to go with, you know, another frequency. So he sent it to this producer in Germany named Niels, and Niels took a crack at it, and he laid down some different music that was beautiful. And then it's like, okay, now the music is great, and it's great. It matches the lyrics, but now the hook isn't good enough. So Niels grabbed one of his partners and had him write a hook and sing the hook. And it was like, okay, now this song is beautiful, but now it needs to be a Flipsyde song. You know, it's so beautiful that it's starting to get into that realm of the Flipsyde frequency. You know, so now it's like, okay, we're gonna recreate this song. Now I hit Steve, and Steve was like, I'm down to sing on it. Dave was like, I'm down to play on it. So we just recreated it. This song has taken like a 1.5 year journey, if not 2 years. It might be 2 years. And that just speaks to, I think it speaks to our maturity, because back in the day, you know, would have just released it. But just continuously asking the question, how could this be better? You know, what else can we add to it? Is it, you know, does it match what we're trying to communicate with the song? You know, does it look like does it sound like what we intended it to? And I think it does now, and it's a beautiful song. My daughter loves the song. As far as, oh man, how do y'all daughters feel? As far as my daughter's concerned, it's a hit on the radio. You know, she doesn't even. I don't even think she knows it hasn't come out yet. You know, what do y'all daughters think about it?
Well, honestly,
mine doesn't. All she cares about is All Falls Down. She's like, whatever, All Falls Down, because she's 4, so she wants to run and jump and do shit. She doesn't comprehend the songs like that. She knows that All Falls Down is energy, so she sings that song, beats up on the dog, and she feels good, you know? So
yeah,
she hasn't got it yet, but she will. I'm sure she will.
Tadley's mad at me right now, dude. I don't even know what she's mad at me, bro. She's in one of those seasons where she's 14 and she's just, you know, she has a right to. I'm not, you know, she's just, I think she even heard it, but she's even when we're like, she's pretty close to the vest, dude. She ain't gonna sing praises over you just to sing praises over you. And even if she really does like something, she keeps it close to the vest. So it's hard to really. She's a poker player, dude. It's hard to really feel what she loves sometimes. She like I don't you know.
I wonder where she gets that from.
Yeah, I got mine for me for my youngest. She's 14 as well. It's just not hype enough. It's not party enough. She just wants to just
She needs up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
I remember myself when I heard the song first time. I thought, this is really good, but it was for Piper's solo record.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm not really getting too into it because why am I going to get all super juiced about a song that's amazing that I'm not going to be playing on it? So I'm going to concentrate on other songs. And then because it's like, that's great. Good. I'm so happy for you. Everything's great. Right. And then we started doing the record. And then remember, Martin didn't really want Steve to sing on the track. He's like, no, absolutely not. We didn't know. So it's like, we just did it anyways. And I remember going to record guitars, and Rachel got me in a Coldplay vibe. Like, it's all the guitars on that are really cool. A lot of layering, so he's like, Rachel pulled this sensitive shit from me, right? And then the guitar solo, the same thing. It was very organic. You know, it had to be special. I did the solo, then I could do better, Rachel. I went back, drove him crazy for 4 hours, and we kept the original solo anyway. It's always like that.
Well, and you know that in the end, that kind of what made it a real Flipsyde song too. Is just, having those guitars, those 12-string guitars, and then that just a crazy solo, that just pulled it all together, and just it fits really well in context of all the other songs where the music was kind of coming from a different people and different side, and but just the fact that the three of you are on it, and it instantly makes it a Flipsyde song. And I just remember when we tracked the guitars, and once you got on with the clean guitars and those 12-string guitars, was like, yep, there's Flipsyde. It just all came together, and it made it such a better song, I think.
Nice.
And the last verse, I hope I live to see that part. Always fucks me up. I get all we're all we're getting to the age where people are passing. It's like that's all I want. My life now is to be able to be old enough to be there for my kid. It's like my biggest goal and dream. That's why I've been trying to gluten free, riding bikes, trying to keep my shit back because it's more important. My daughter is more important than anything for me. So it's like I gotta survive and live and take care of myself. And that line always fucks me up. I get stuck all choky and shit. I'm like, oh no. And that's why I can't listen to that song sometimes. It fucks me up. So it's like you can't, it's too real, So, that's my take on it. What's your favorite part of the song? What makes you go crazy? Like, is it the same verse as well? For you?
Me?
Me?
Shit, man. I don't know, man. I know what you mean on that verse.
Oh.
Yeah, because it's a different flow than the other two verses, and I know what you mean.
Yeah,
that song was a good exercise, man, and peeling back some layers of the onion. That song was a good exercise because, like I said, I wrote it like twice, man. I wrote two different songs, at least two different songs, and then I spit the song hella times. And, it wasn't until it was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, stop thinking so much and just rap the song and don't give a fuck, I don't know why. I think I was just in a strange place when we were doing that song. And I can't remember what was going on in my life. But, like I said, it's like a year and a half, 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The video was done like a year and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah.
When I first heard the lyrics over the new beat, man, I must have spent 3 or 4 days a week listening to it just over and over and over. It just got me. It's crazy, the emotion, but that was probably 5-6 months ago, so it's hard to, you know what I mean? But it definitely affected me. I'll listen to it a lot. It's definitely a beautiful song to be coming out on Father's Day this weekend, and inspires me to be better. That's for sure.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy what kids do to us, right? And I would say I didn't know I had feelings and emotions, and like just on the far side of the spectrum too, happiness and sadness or anger sometimes too
Yeah.
that kids can evoke. It's pretty amazing.
Mm.
Happy Father's Day to you too, Rich.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And I got
Father's.
another one coming July 28th.
Woo!
It's going to be
Yeah,
crazy, dude. Mabel
yeah.
Rose, another little girl. So
Steve Knight, Father of the Year.
it's pretty insane.
That's crazy.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I haven't seen my father in years, man.
Mm.
Years. Like I don't even know where to do this. I go to Brazil and hang out with my brother and sister and my aunt and my nephew and my uncle, and yeah, it's a trip, man. Just learning about his youth, Like I didn't know, man. Like that dude, he grew up in an orphanage.
Mm.
My father grew up in an orphanage, man, and it wasn't until my grandmother was able to take care of my aunt, but she didn't have the resources to take care of him. They were
Right.
both in the orphanage, man. So it wasn't he when he turned 14, like he studied his ass off and tested into this military academy, and that's how he got out of the orphanage,
Wow.
man. He tested into like the Naval Academy and shit when he was 14, man. And the motherfucker just, studied at the Naval Academy, then went to the Navy and learned English and came to America, man, translating. It
Wow.
was a trip, man. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Father's Day.
Yeah, man.
Father's Day, man. All the fathers out there holding it down.
Yeah, man.
All
I
the
missed
fathers out there holding it down. Yeah, man.
my pop died 5 years ago on July 4th. And so the next month, Zoe was born. So
Mm.
it's like it's a trip how life, one moment a soul leaves and another one comes in, replaces it. It was like a very, so I live in this house right now. I'm living in my father's house and I see him every day. I feel him, It's a
Mm.
trip. When I'm outside working, I'm using his tools. I'm making the house nicer. And it's it's like the cycle of life, the circle of life. You just keep evolving, and But Father's Day was always a fun get together, at the house, the barbecues and the wine and everything. So we're gonna keep that going. We got to keep
Yeah.
that. We can't stop that. So that's the thing. You just have to, it's hard because we're the fathers are always the ones that get like Old Spice and some shit. We don't. Mother's Day is like more powerful thing, right? We get, oh, here, Dad, I got you some socks and shit. Like we don't get like that's always underappreciated in that sense, right? Like we don't, because they're the ones that hold it down. They're the strong ones. They're the ones they don't want nothing. They just want to be. They just want to sleep. They don't want to. So
Just
that's
a big piece of chicken.
yeah.
Like Chris Rock said, the big piece of chicken.
Oh, that's so good.
Phoenix don't even want to give me that. He wants the big piece of chicken. 13 years old, man. I can't even get the big piece of chicken. God damn. I got this cool ass Father's Day mug though.
Oh,
that's
got
cool.
me this.
that's
That's
With
what's
all
up.
of them on here, man.
oh,
It's hella clean. Yeah, I got that like 2 years ago.
that's amazing.
Everything else has been a big piece of chicken.
How do you think having Piper? I tried. How do you think having a daughter's changed you?
Oh man, it's changed me hella much, dude. I do hella silly shit. I'm like a cartoon character. I'm like a cartoon character with her. I'm just pure entertainment, man. And I just all kinds of stuff that I entertain. Just oh man, it wasn't like that with the dudes. It wasn't like that with the dudes. And I could come home from war, and they won't care. They'll keep doing what they're doing, and she'll run to the door and come give me a hug, man. So yeah, it's definitely changed me a lot.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a blessing
nice.
though. Now I'm able to access some parts of myself that I probably wouldn't have even known were there.
Right.
Wouldn't have been able to access, and so of course that helps you to become a better artist. So it's a good thing, man. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about being a dad is that she's 4, so I could be extra immature, and it's okay. Like I love being hella like a little kid. You know, I like toys, I like stupid shit. I haven't grown up, if you guys know this, but I like toys. I collect. I'm like kind of immature. So when 4-year-old, she's really immature. So I'm like awesome. I could act a fool with parts and all kinds of stuff, just joking, and I get to be a little kid, and without no one judging me. Like no one can say shit. I'm with my kid. I could act as crazy as I want to, and she's stoked. You know, so that's what I love the most about being a dad right now is that I could go back to being a little kid again, you know. So you got to always remember that you can't never grow up because that shit gets old, you know. So
Yeah.
child, you know, child. How about you, Rayto? What made difference for you?
Well, I wanted to say that my favorite thing of being a father of 2 daughters is how the different perspective they give me. They're both teenagers, and just kind of the perspective they have, and that I've never thought about, and how enlightening it is to kind of broaden my horizon and just be more understanding. And I see that almost every day. They're teaching me. At this point, they're teaching me more than I teach them, and that's a beautiful thing. I really enjoy that.
Amazing. I look forward to that. Teenagers. I look forward to all that stuff.
It's a crazy time, but it's never a dull moment. It's awesome.
Look at Rich. I was like, my dads get another coffee cup, but moms get diamonds and shit. And then Piper shows up with a coffee cup.
That's good. Can we play the song? Can we rock it?
Yeah, man, rock the song, man.
Yeah, let me
play the
see.
song. If we got the video, play the video. If not, it's all good. We're gonna keep it.
Hold on, let me
keep it
see.
short today.
I had some problems here. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, I just wanted to let me put up some things here. Troy, we got to shout out to Troy. He's my hero in music. With Troy, he's the one that did Sailor Preacher. He actually heard him play "I Can't Breathe," singing "I Can't Breathe."
Wow.
Much love to Troy there in India. You're my
Troy,
hero.
what's up, man?
And then, of course, someone wants us to play "Someday," but that's normal.
Sorry, guys.
That's all good.
I had some problems here. All right, let's try this. So I'll share the screen.
So this video was directed by Wolfhawk Jaguar, and shot by Luis, a dope filmmaking team out of Oakland. Wolfhawk Jaguar is also an artist. He's a rapper, singer. He's a straight artist, man. Director, writer. He's super dope. He has a lot of African spirituality in his music and what he creates. And he has daughters too, so it was he was a perfect director for this. And Luis is a dope cinematographer and director, a Latino cat, man. And they've been all over the world, man. They've been in Africa filming, Haiti, Cuba. You know, they've been everywhere doing short films, and they had a film get released last year about homelessness in Oakland. And it was starring Siswe Abaka, Spear of the Nation. It was a dope short film. So if you guys want to, you could check out Wolfhawk Jaguar. One word, 3 animals. That's what he always says.
I love that. That's
Wolfhawk
so
Jaguar, 3 animals, 1 word. Check him out. He's done. I mean, he's gonna blow any day, man. He's done a lot of shit. Short films, videos, music. I think he has like 4 or 5 albums right now. Collaborations with artists in South Africa, and they've been everywhere, man. They've been everywhere and they've done everything. It's just a matter of time for those dudes to blow. So it was a great opportunity to work with them. Shout out to Sifu Bill Owens, a kung fu master, oldest martial arts school in Oakland. It's on MacArthur between 74th and 75th. I got a black belt from Sifu. He's in the video with his sons. They're in the video. Vin Dye and Will Owens, and we shoot some scenes at the martial arts school. Shout out to King's Gym in Oakland, Mr. King. King's Gym was also featured in Creed,
Nice.
in the first Creed, you know, and King's Gym let us come and film there. Shout out to my big homie Obi. He's a Nigerian, big buff ass Obi. He's also an MMA fighter, man. And he came and acted in the video, acted like I put hands on him. Obi would beat my ass, man. We spar all the time. I'm quick though. I'm hard to catch, you know, but if that dude hit me, it's gonna be a problem. Let me see what else. Adimu wrote the video. Wolfhawk Jaguar wrote the video, and you know I'm used to writing all my own videos, man. When he wrote the video, I was like, you know, I at first I was kind of leery on it. I'm like, I don't know, man. It's, you know, it's kind of a almost has a comedic element to it, and you know, I just kind of wasn't used to it, and I had to cut. He was like, you got to cut your hair, you know, for the camera. Dimu wants 100% commitment to the role. It's like, no, this is a music video. Like, we ain't shooting a movie. Like, you got to do it. You got to cut your hair. But I trusted him. He, you know, he's a good dude. So I cut my hair, shaved it off, and he went to King's Gym, started training. I don't know nothing about boxing, man. Was doing kung fu and some capoeira, man. And but it was a fun time. We shot it all around East Oakland. And God, am I forgetting anything? I don't want to forget anything.
Question.
Shout out to Oba Odunlano. He features in the video. He's another artist, another Orisha practitioner. What's up, Dave?
Luis make our On My Way video?
Yeah.
Luis made our On My Way video. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's Luis. Luis Montoya. Check out Luis Montoya. Luis Montoya is dope. He got a lot of stuff out too. Am I forgetting anybody? Shout out to everybody that came and played an extra in the video. Yeah, man.
All right.
That's pretty much it. Support Sifu Bill Owens, Casco's Martial Arts. That's CASCO on MacArthur in East Oakland between 74th and 75th. It's a big ass hill on right outside the gym that I would run. I trained on that hill before we went on our first tour. And that's how I was so in shape and able to run around the stage. I trained on that hill, and then I trained with Sifu Bill Owens in that school. And support King's Gym down in East Oakland. I think it's somewhere in the 20s. Just look it up, King's Gym. It's a famous boxing gym.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Support Wolfhawk Jaguar. Support Luis Montoya. Much love and much thanks to everybody that participated and made this video happen.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll be around you guiding you on your miracle way. You can be anything you wanna be. It's about you, no, it's not about me.
I got you, little mama.
One day you'll need the world on your own. Whenever you need me, I'll be home. You can be anything you wanna be.
Why is there an echo?
It's about you, no, it's not about me.
To mute your own.
I turn the trifling down. Ain't got no time for bullshit. I'm the daddy now. You ain't trying to make a baby with a broken lace. Not every woman is a lady, but your mama made it. She raised up, turn off to a queen stage. $1 million lifestyle, spinning the wage. You won't take nothing less. You need a life less. You know you my princess. That's why I keep you fresh. I give a fuck. Anybody can probably pick out shit out of love. Would it be if they hurt my little mama? Still in it, you know ain't no use pretending. It's your reason why I can't fuck around you. Guiding you on your miracle way. You gon' be anything you wanna be. It's about you, no, it's not about me. One day you need love on your own. Whenever you need me, I'll be your home. You gon' be anything you wanna be. Cause it's about you, no, it's not about me.
Look,
This world is full of danger. This world is full of blessings. Some people don't want no peace. They just want to see you stressing. Don't stray from the path you destined. Same time, gotta learn how to fight though. And the day's gonna come when you gotta decide how you really wanna live your life though. Won't want your daddy's advice, so I'm still gonna give it anyway. I'ma put the guilt trip on thick. I'ma lie, I'ma cry, I'ma fake. I'ma spy on your first couple dates. Lord knows if a boy like me, never mind, I don't really wanna think. It's all about right now.
I'll be around you many a day.
See,
Guiding
fool.
you on your miracle way. You could be anything you wanna be. It's about you, no, it's not about me. One day you'll meet the world on your own. Whenever you need me, I'll be your home. You could be anything you wanna be. 'Cause it's about you, no, it's not about
Where's
me.
little mama? I hope I live to see all your little kids. See everything you did. Be everything you need for me to be so you can give. Reach all your highest goals. Deep down inside you know your daddy would do anything to make sure you can grow. I work a 9 to 5. I sweep, I clean, I drive. Ain't got no greater wish than for my babies to survive. And if I do just what I'm supposed to do, then they gon' thrive. 'Cause I take care of mine, and I'll be around.
I'll be around you many a day. Guiding you on your miracle way. You could be anything you wanna be. It's about you, no, it's not about me.
Ah,
We're the only ones here. Dude, it reminds me of like Ivan Drago versus Rocky Balboa in Rocky 4. Like, that's a big dude, Piper.
yeah, Obi is huge, man. Obi is huge. Obi is huge, man. That's my little mama in the video, man. That is my daughter. All our kids were in the video.
It's so great.
Adimu's kids were in the video. Wolfhawk Jaguars kids was in the video. I mean, I keep calling them by his like personal name, but my kids were in the video. Phoenix and Niani were in the video. Farrell wasn't in the video. I wonder where Farrell was. But
I think he was.
Diego at the beach.
he was in there too.
I thought so. Right
I
when
didn't see him.
first
He
was the
might
second
have been
quarter.
out of town. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Okay.
But yeah, man. Shout out to my my brother-in-law Justice who made that shirt. Math, history, writing. God, man, a lot of people. When I look back at that video, a lot of people participated in that video, and they were, what's up? Okay, clothing. Heard it on Spotify earlier. Amazing work. Right on, man. Yeah, a lot of people made that video happen. So thank you to everybody, man. And I see, I'm glad I trusted in Wolfhawk Jaguar's vision for that video, man. That's what's up.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll just put this. It's not on YouTube yet. I'm just gonna put it up right now.
Nice.
People can go check it out. I'll set it as premiere, which is happening about now. If guys want to jump over to YouTube and check it out there.
Speaking of daughters,
It's full
I gotta
glory.
go pick up my daughter from grandma's.
Handle it.
It's not about her. It's not about me. It's about her. So I gotta go. Sorry.
It's all good, man.
All
right,
right.
well-
Pipe, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Can Pipe hear me?
I can hear you, man.
Dude, did you do a lyric? I forget what song it's about, but it was like the whole thing that happened in Oklahoma and Tulsa in like the 20s. Did you have a lyric that referred or made a reference to that?
Probably, man. I rap about all that stuff, dude. I don't know what song it would have been on. Yeah.
From the Gina 6 to the Benedict to the Benedict to the
From the Little Rock 9 to the Gina 6.
Yeah.
Shit. Are we
That's
there yet?
how-
I can't remember, man. I can't
Anyways,
remember.
that's what
The
I was
important
thinking. It
thing
was
is
announced.
Tulsa came like 2 years after the Red Summer. The Red Summer, if you look it up, was like the bloodiest summer for lynchings and for riots. There were white riots all over the United States where they were slaughtering black people. Hundreds were dying, and all the way from like DC to Missouri down to Texas and Arizona. There's the Red Summer of 1919, and a lot of it had to do with black dudes going over in World War I and then coming back, and they're in uniforms and they were over there fighting against white dudes, and they came back, and the whites here wanted to make sure they didn't get any ideas in their mind of fighting for freedom here too, and so a lot of shit stemmed from that, man. And there was actually one fight in Bisbee, Arizona. It was the Buffalo Soldiers against the police down there. They were trying to disarm the Buffalo Soldiers, and they were like, fuck that. And they got into a big ass shootout, and it lasted for hours, man. And, at the end of it, like nobody died. Some cops got shot, some Buffalo soldiers got shot. And then they had the fucking 4th of July parade the next day. Buffalo Soldiers participated in the parade and then left like nothing happened. But, there were other situations where hundreds of people were getting slaughtered, man. And it was fucked up. So Tulsa came like right after that, like a couple years after the Red Summer. So, people were already on edge as far as racial division in the United States and violence and all types of madness. And, punk ass the president played Birth of a Nation at the White House, motherfucking most racist movie ever that the Klan had been dying out and Birth of a Nation just brought it back.
When was
Birth
this?
of a Nation.
What date is this? Where are we at?
I can't remember the exact date, man, but it's late teens, early 20s.
Okay.
Where he played Birth of a Nation at the White House, and Klan membership just spiked. Because in the movie you had a black dude trying to rape a white woman, and the Klan came and saved the day.
Wow. They're the hero of the movie.
Everybody wanted to be a Klansman after Birth of a Nation. The president played it in the White House. So that sparked some serious shit,
Wow.
And that's our history, man. That's the American history that we don't learn, man. But that's the real shit underlying everything today.
It's repeating itself, dude. Richard Hake was driving on 80 and by Hayward, he saw somebody in their home had a swastika flag in the air on the 80 next to on Hayward.
Yeah,
so all kind of the same kind of history repeating itself. A president lighting the flame of bullshit. So it's like crazy.
And on this Father's Day weekend, man, it's a whole lot of fathers that ain't here today because of racism and fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Like Eric Garner, George Floyd. We don't have time to go through all the names, but there are a whole lot of fathers that aren't here today because of racism, man. What were you about to say, Dave?
The new show, The Watchmen. Have you seen that show yet?
I've heard about it.
It's heavy. They've captured that moment, and it's filmed in a way that it's really like like it's heavy. It's a really good show. You should definitely check it out. It's a very
that's how I learned about Tulsa. I didn't know about
Piper. You told me about that years ago. We talked about that shit a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why Game named his company Black Wall Street.
That's right.
After Tulsa. Tulsa was Black Wall Street. How people say, why can't you guys pull yourself up by your own bootstraps? We did. We had Rosewood, we had Tulsa, we had several other cities. We had a city in California, Allensworth or Allendale. I can't remember the exact name. But, motherfuckers burnt it down, man. They burnt it down. They were like, fuck that. Black people can't be doing well financially. And we're struggling. They burnt that shit down, dog. And they fucking... In Tulsa, they had airplanes dropping bombs. Literally. Go look it up. So it's like, that's what happened, man. So it was bold of the Watchmen to incorporate that. It was bold for the Watchmen to incorporate that in their show. Because there are certain things that don't come into mainstream American psyche that Black people just like study and know to stay strong, just to know that. I mean, because if you grow up thinking, damn, we've never accomplished anything, that's psychologically traumatic. You know, it's like you have to learn what you've done, just so you can feel like a normal human being and shit. Because if you just grow up in this school system and watch these TV shows and in these movies that we grew up watching, you know, black people would think they never did. They think their history started with slavery. You know, so I'm glad my mother was proactive in making sure I knew, you know, where I came from and what my people have accomplished, man. But the sad part is, it's not just black people that grow up watching that shit. White people grow up thinking black people ain't never accomplished shit, and their history started with slavery. So it's like it affects everybody in the country, man. And then you have outcomes like we have today. So immigrants coming here from other countries come here thinking black people ain't shit because they didn't learn nothing. You know, they will have learned less than white people that grew up here will have learned, because they didn't have like some civil rights movement in their country and were forced to learn bits and pieces about our history. So they'll come here shitting on us. So I'm glad it's a great awakening going on right now. You know, people are gonna have to do their own work and learn on their own and figure things out. I've tried to put some bits and pieces in almost every verse I've ever written, but you know, it is what it is, man. I'm glad that Flipsyde has been able to achieve a genuine friendship and you know, a mutual respect with one another. We're proof that, you know, it can work. So we're gonna keep making music and keep putting this frequency out. And Dave, you better go get your daughter before your mama beats your ass, boy.
All right, here we go. Rich.
Talk about revisionist history. I'm not familiar with the exact term, man. You talking about how people rewrite history, Rich?
Yep, fucking history.
When was the last time you did that play pipe? Has it been over a year? Was that the last time we played that show together?
When?
I'm saying, was that the last time you performed the play when we did that show the final night at the Berkeley Theater?
Yeah, I don't think I've done it since then, man. I stopped doing the play because it started getting taken out of context. Then I saw that, yeah, the play served its purpose, man. I'm not performing that play anymore. It started getting taken out of context, man. You know, when I was in law enforcement, dog, one thing that I didn't pay attention to, when you're just a rapper, you can say whatever you want because it doesn't fucking matter. Like, your words don't really, you know, people respect your words over the beat and they dance to it and they're like, oh man, that was dope. When you actually have real concrete power, everything you say matters.
Right.
And it's heavily scrutinized. And it's like, I'm coming from rap and hip hop and Flipsyde, so I have that influence. And then I was in law enforcement, which means I had real concrete power. You know, and then I did a play. And I wrote the play like I was writing a verse. Like I got something to say and I'm saying that shit. And it's like, it was just too powerful. It was this powerful ass thing. So you had all these entities around it trying to figure out how to spin it
right
in their favor. It's like, you know, when you're in a powerful ass position, people try to figure out if they could benefit from what you're doing. And if they can't, and it doesn't further what they're doing, then they'll try to ignore it. And if they can't ignore it, then they'll try to crush it.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like I was in a position, man, where I was like, you know what, it's you know, it's not really worth it. Especially if people that I love and respect from my community are starting to understand, are starting to feel offended because of how the play might be getting used by other entities. You know, it's like, no, fuck that. I'm not going to have any division with my people and where I come from, you know, and the movements that we're trying to accomplish to improve the quality of lives of Black people. There's not going to be any divisions or misunderstanding in that sector. So, you know, I just felt like it was best to just stop doing the play, man. And it was good because it made me have a greater respect for art, because, you know, we traveled all over the world, man. We were putting our heart into the art and our soul into the art. And, you know, it wasn't being, I didn't feel like it was being fully reciprocated, you know, as far as what we wanted to see, man. So it increased my respect for art. Definitely. It was like, damn, art is powerful, especially when you couple it with actual concrete power. You know? So That's good, man. So I'll be taking that with me when I write verses in the future, when I write my movies now and TV series and all that stuff, man. Yeah. Richard Hake, man. Rich, the photographer.
Yeah, we got to do some pictures again when we get back.
Give
Some
me
point.
Rich is a dope photographer, man.
I'll be ready for pictures in 10 pounds.
Rich is a dope photographer, though, man. He'll make you look like an underwear model.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm going to go hike a 14,000 foot peak on Monday. Y'all may never see me again. I may fall off the mountain,
man.
bro.
Come on, dog.
It's above the tree line, dude.
That's great.
Are you
We're
ready?
going above the tree line, bro.
Are you ready? You ready, man?
No,
Yeah,
I just show up and try to do it. I'll get it. I'll probably be the last person and I'll take breaks and just, but it's like, I guess it's a 7.5 mile round trip. So it's basically 3+ miles straight up to about a 7,000 foot elevation change. Anyways,
Nice.
I'm going to start getting addicted to mountain biking, hiking, coffee, anything but drugs and women. That's what I need to get addicted to. Oh my gosh.
I'm already there with the coffee, man.
Yeah.
But
Such a trip, bro. But yeah, 14ers, man. I guess you'll find yourself up there. Maybe the atmosphere is cleaner.
Yeah.
be careful, dude.
I gotta go. Steve,
All right.
hope to see
We
you
out.
again. Good luck up there on fucking your trip to fucking see what you're going up the mountain.
Yeah, man.
I hope we come back happy and regenerated and you know all that shit. It's a snow over there, right? It's a snow.
Up in the 14ers, there's still some patchy. You know, it's not all melted off yet. But today's summer solstice is the longest day of the year.
That's right. That's right. What are we going to talk about next week? Do we know yet?
I don't know, man. How about what's our next song?
We could
any suggestions? We'll take
Tower of Hollywood. We could talk to Sam.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We'll figure it out.
Or freedom. We could talk about freedom, man. I just spontaneously started rapping it.
Yeah, let's talk
didn't give a
freedom.
fuck. Rachel told me to shut the fuck up.
I want to try
I'm performing for the people.
There's a
Go
couple.
ahead, Steve.
If we're doing freedom, I'd love to there's a couple people that are artists of mine that are really like doing some cool work up in Portland, just with everything that's going on. It'd be kind of cool to keep that conversation going, just to figure out, like, I really want to try to, like, I was talking with some guys up here and people really are just trying to figure out, like, hey, the commitment of where can we align, like Piper was talking about, connecting to your local leaders and figure out what kind of work they've been doing and how you can come alongside and support that. But there's a few people I could reach out to, and I'm sure Piper, everybody could, and try to maybe get 2 or 3 people on and have like little, hey, what are you doing in Portland and what's just, I don't know, to talk about ideas and things that are working, things that aren't working. I don't know. Freedom sets that up perfectly. So
yeah, we should plan that out. We should take like 2-3 weeks and plan that out, man. So maybe we won't be doing freedom next week. I don't know, man. I don't know.
We haven't done Imagine Peace either. We haven't done that song, so we'll figure it out. We'll come up with something cool, something special.
All right, cool.
All right, I gotta go pick up my baby.
All right, guys.
See you all.
Y'all be good, man.
All right.
All right.
Peace. Later.